What's going on, gamers? What's going on, Space Marines? So, right here. Yeah, y'all know what that means. Against these woke DEI losers and these femme idiots. We have IGN here wanting to. I'll explain how this actually works. Wanting to go after the Space Marine developer because of a comment he said on Asmongold's channel, and for him telling the truth that all gamers want, right? You can tell they kind of want to go after him. And what I mean by that is whether he said that comment or not. So let's go ahead and expose them on that. Then we're going to talk about how awesome this game is. And the only issue that I have with this game, and it's just matchmaking, stuck in joining. You know what I mean? Like we're in 1999 dial-up Dreamcast days. Other than that, that's something they can patch in. But the game itself is just awesome, and I love it. I'm a long-time Gears of War player here. Actually, was number one in the world in Gears 2 back in the days when it first came out. I stayed up 72 straight hours getting number one in Warzone. I was a heavy Gears War 1 player. Didn't play 3 as much as I did 1 and 2. I did, game battles and all that stuff. So this game kind of reminds me of those type of glory days, and that's what I love about it. But like I said, I have 20,000 hours probably in Gears 1. Yeah, you guys know about those days. Canal sniping, meleeing to do the shotgun battles. I mean, just everything, good times. But all in all, getting back to this, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 developer Saber Interactive won't say whether or not a controversial YouTube comment is from its CEO. We're going to go into this. That's a smart move. Why? Because he's not trying to reveal himself to be a target for these weirdos on the far left Democratic Party, the woke DEI agenda, right? Because let's go to what Grums was saying here too. Woke devs and press go after Saber Interactive CEO for his alleged Space Marine 2 comments. They want him canceled for making a game free from pandering narratives. That means DEI woke agendas. They are literally witch hunting him now, trying to find out if he said what he said. If they keep this up, sales will go through the roof. And then we see IGN make this comment because it's pretty obvious they're a part of this too. That's been exposed multiple times. Yeah, we know, like Rebecca Valentine, that's her name. And then going all the way back to Sweet Baby Inc., all these other weirdos who are unqualified to bring something amazing to the gaming industry and only want to ruin it with their mental disorders. So by him not making that statement, it's quite clear that you can't openly attack me. It's a smart move for him to play because then you don't know if he did or not. But what does it matter? You know what I mean? What does that have to do with video games anyways? This is the problem with this type of world. Like, you start making issues and having issues about stuff that's non-video game related. How about let them fix the game and fix some issues that are wrong with it? Let's start focusing on video game development. You see what I mean? Server issues, stuff that is video game related with the gaming community. Not all this crap right here. Here's an example right here. If Saber doesn't issue a response, then that's a response. You ain't nobody important. You don't have any power. Like I said, that's a response. Shut up, weirdo. You're a loser. Yo, Saber Games, did Matthew Clark really write this or someone impersonating him? First of all, like I said, what I find interesting about this is like he's going to do something. He didn't have any power. The power is with the Jews and the white liberals and the Democratic Party. They're the ones that can do something. He can sit here and try all he wants, but people like him have no power. They're just used as fodder to be made fun of. It's just the truth because I know how these puppet masters work. So he acts like he's going to do something, but there's nothing you can do because you don't have any authority or power. So let's go ahead and read the Trent Reports article right here so we can get into what this is about. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 developer admits games at Embracer made him want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. By the way, y'all, like, subscribe, y'all like this type of content. I'll be doing a lot of controversy stuff, calling out people, doing courageous stuff, giving you epic gaming content, streaming, all that. It's going to be right all on this channel. Support someone who's intelligent and has the courage to do the right thing with their influence. So, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 developer at Saber Interactive CEO Matthew Clark recently revealed that he is not a fan of developers creating games that have overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals, meaning DEI enforcement, woke enforcement. Stuff that just doesn't belong in there, like trying to enforce a female character to get some highlight and spotlight in Space Marines. It's like, what does it have to do with the lore? What does that have to do with the world? It doesn't have anything to do with that. You're just trying to enforce it there, and they're always trying to enforce themselves in places they don't belong. And it makes no sense, and it does not have anything to do with video game quality. It's more like distractions and destroying things that people have built for years that gamers care about and real developers and publishers care about. Not these far left lunatics and all these other people and cults that follow them with mental disorders. It's like I said, it's a religious cult invasion, and it is a political identity invasion, first and foremost, along with some other disorders that go along with that. So in a comment on a video of Asmongold's TV YouTube channel, where Asmongold reacts to Legendary Drop, Space Marine 2 is a reminder of what we lost. That's very true, like I said, because it's about real gaming, the masculine principle that provides the high quality of light in gaming and gives you epic stories from the heart right here, because man is a leader. You know what I mean? He's the writer. He's the spokesperson. He gets up on the stage. You know what I mean? He's been doing this. This is history. This is the way man was designed. He's a leader. And he's supposed to lead with the higher power inside of him and do amazing things like creating and developing. Can the woman join in? Of course, there's no problem with that. I don't have no problem with that. As a support woe and helping to support that and make it better and giving him the support that he needs. Not coming in with all this Marxist nonsense. Not coming in with all these disorders. Not having other cultures that did not have anything to do with this, trying to enforce their agendas in here too that do not provide any sense of quality and that are not qualified. If you're qualified, I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? But if you're not qualified, then it is an issue. And let's go back to what the gaming industry was created and revolved around: Japanese males and Caucasian males. And anyone else that came into the position in that office during those days, all the way back in the 90s and early, late 80s, it's because you were qualified to. There's no problem if you're qualified. But this stuff right here, that's not what that is. I have to say it. So it's just madness. So I know what he means by that. Get back to what made gaming great. Just like people want to get back in politics to what made this country great. Realize who founded it and what culture is that based around, and look at the quality. Why would you want to destroy that? That's like saying you want things to be in worse quality. Yeah, to me, you're slow if you want to attack that. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, and anybody that wants to come end that, because you see, it's the same thing, but now it's here. You want to invade in here, but you didn't put the love to put it in the position that it was. You just want to try to fill a part of it, but you want to do it in a way that's going to destroy it. You don't belong in here. Go back to where you belong. And if you think that you can challenge and want to bring down something, how about you create your own industry in your own country and do that and show that you have the love that everybody else will want to come in and do that. See, you can't do it. That's why you're over here, and that's why you're trying to invade in here, because they built that, the Asians and the Caucasians. And it's funny because these agendas are attacking them. The biggest hate is towards the Caucasian man. It's seen. And then the Asian right after that. Because we see what's going on with Assassin's Creed Shadow with Japan and who they're trying to enforce as one of the protagonists, Yasuke, in the wrong manner. But who's doing this? Like I said, it goes back to the Jews and the white liberals. These are people that are at war with each other, so they're using other cultures to do this. Any problems in the world are always cultural problems between each other. But then they'll use other people as fodder to do that. Look for that, guys, because I promise you that's always the problem. What happened and what's going on? People are betraying each other from the insides because they have problems with each other. It's the truth. And I know that seems like a lot, but when you want to deal with a problem, guys, how are you going to remedy the problem if you don't know what the problem is and who's causing the problems and who's the source? That's how you get to it. Otherwise, you're never going to solve the problem if you don't know what the problem is and how to deal with it and who's causing it and getting to the roots and digging it out. So it's important to understand that. Now, let's continue. He said right here, "Hey man, CEO of Saber here to Asmon. I love your videos. When we signed a deal to make Space Marine 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which by its nature was old school." He probably made a misprint, but I don't care about that. You know, I'm not gonna make that a big deal. Very true. I can't even comprehend many of the current games that we play these days. We know what he's saying. I agree with him. They are too complex and too much of an investment. You get all this nonsense that makes problems, hyper detail, spending way too much money on details, and then saying you need all these ridiculous specs, and then there's just not enough content there and quality. It's very true. So sometimes when you get too complicated, you go back to the basics. Sometimes it's good to do that. Next, he shared that he was inspired by Halo. We worked on Halo back in the day. Loved Halo back in the day. And that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. As long as it works and people love it, that's what matters. That's what we want. This is what we wanted to recapture. What's wrong with that? 360 glory days, like I said. Nothing wrong with that. Karch then shared his hope that Space Marine 2 and Black Myth Wukong are the start of a revival in the video game industry to get back to fun and immersion. When we look at Black Myth Wukong 2. And he said, no microtransactions, no season pass, a game with a beginning and to end, everything in there you can earn out of it. Everybody's on the same level of content, and you have New Game Plus. That's a really good design game. That's what a real video game is. That's what Nintendo still does. That's why I love them. He wrote, I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion. When it's about video games. That's right. That's the point of them. In this weird world. Finally, he lamented the state of the industry during his brief time as chief operating officer at Embracer Group. I spent some time as chief operating officer at Embracer, and I saw games that were made that made me want to cry with their overblown attempts at messaging or imposing morals on gamers, DEI, woke invasion. Because a real developer would not want this, because that's not who it's coming from. It's coming from the far left party, coming from BlackRock and all those people that are funding it. Trust me, they're not broke, no, because they're funding them that. It's not costing them anything. We just want to do some glory kills and get the heart rate up a little. For me, that is what games should be about. Yeah, I'm feeling a good time. I'm enjoying time with my friends. Hair's raising up on my arms, and I may feel like that epicness right here in my chest. You know what I mean? That's awesome. You know what I mean? That's what we want. And then this right here is exactly what I just read. So it appears he has accomplished that with Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Only thing they have to do is fix joining. Guys, I can't tell you how many times this just drove me away. You know how there's so many good things going with a game, and you're just loving everything about it, but there's something in there that could be wrong, and that can be the only thing that's wrong, but it just kills the entire experience for you. Like, I'm trying to get in a lobby with my friend on PlayStation or a friend on Xbox, right? And we're trying to crossplay. We go in, we load in, and then I get stuck in a 7-minute loading screen, or I have to just shut down my game, or we get in, and then we do a 45-minute operation, and then stuck on joining game after that. Why do I have to join the server again after I've already joined it at the beginning? And why do I have to wait 7 minutes for that to end? That's absolutely insane. On Steam, it's annoying too, because sometimes when you want to close out the game, I don't know how it is on consoles. It takes a while to close that out. Then you got to load back up everything again. Then we got to get another code, and then we got to get them back in there. Sometimes I just wait. And like, if that happens consecutively, it just literally kills my passion to want to continue playing the game. And that's the thing that could just ruin a game entirely and drive away a base, because I can't play with anyone after I beat the campaign. And I beat the campaign on veteran. You know, I'm hardcore, like I said. So yeah, that is something they have to fix. Like, it should be top priority, because the game could be in such a better place. The community and the CCU on Steam and the combination with all the other consoles can be combined to be a higher player count, and it could be booming. But you're killing all that opportunity every second since the game has launched by still having it be there. That should have been an immediate hotfix. I'm just saying, guys, fix that. But outside of that, the game is awesome. You know what I mean? I love the game, and I'm going to continue to support it. But yeah, it has a user score of 80 on Metacritic. I think it's at an 82 meta the last time, I've seen it. But, that's good for this game. And it has so much potential because they can add in so much more. And if you guys didn't know, these are the World War Z developers. So they update their games a lot. Steam does positive things right here. Yeah, mid-2000s. Yeah, it does feel like that for sure. That's one thing I love about it. What a good game. It's simple, fun, and epic. If you don't know anything about Warhammer 40k, this is a good introduction. If you're already a fan of this universe, you must have fun. But yeah, that's the thing. This right here. This just proves that I want to know if he really said this so we can go and try to attack him. Anything you idiots try to do actually makes the game sell more. You get it more reception. It makes people want to support it more. And anything you try to release, people trash it. People ignore it. They don't buy it. All your games have failed. Just get out. You have no place here, and we're not going to allow you. We're going to continue to attack you every single day. And we're not going to stop because this is a war, and war doesn't end until somebody has won the war and it's over. And gamers are going to win. Real developers and publishers are going to win. You're going to lose. Try to come up underneath your underlabels, like Bridge and all that. We're coming right after you every single time. We're not going to allow it. The power is over here. You think you have power, but you don't have power. You're losing. The only type of power you could ever have is if, like I said, the Jews and the white liberals give you any sense of power to support and continue. But after a while, if it doesn't work, they'll try something else. But that's what evil does anyways. When you catch it, it comes under a different disguise. It shapeshifts like the moonlight. Then it puts another label there. Got to tear it down again. Then it'll try to shape you. You just got to keep going after it. So that's what we're dealing with here. And we're going to support the Space Marine developer, and we're going to back him up. Whether he said this or not, it doesn't matter. That message is very true, and that's what everyone wants, except you mentally disordered idiots. But that's pretty much it on this. Also, this is a CPU heavy game. This is something I wanted to tell people about definitely when they were like looking into the pro. Guys, a lot of these games coming out, definitely Unreal Engine 5 games and a lot of games, because the hyper details are going to be CPU heavy. So yeah, make sure your CPU is the best on your PC. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably starting to realize that. It's not just heavy GPU anymore. No, CPU is starting to really take a load in these new games. But I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Comment, Space Marine 2 fans, Warhammer 40K fans, because I know y'all were annoyed too about the stuff that was going on in the TV series. And I like what Henry Cavill was doing too. He's awesome for that. And it's just nice seeing that there's more power also with the base rather than just, these tyrants trying to enforce their power like they only have power. No, people are starting to realize that they have power too, and let's use it rightly. Like, subscribe, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Like I said, support this channel. It's only going to get better. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the battlefield. The Emperor needs us. Let's not fail them. Real man over here. None of that film stuff.